token.
Yep. And it looks like a second crit on there.
Oh, what is the second crit?
Hey, guys,
We'll
how's
check on
that echo?
as well.
Ryan, can you hear me?
So we'll work on that.
No.
No, you're fine. Disable power regulator, fuel leak.
Fuel leak. Okay, so we have a disabled power regulator and a fuel leak
Let's get
on Tarok.
Get the 2 hold down too.
Yeah. So Steven draws first blood. That bump on Tarok, Nami, proves to be disastrous.
Yeah.
Unlikely that he takes 2 crits there, but that's sometimes what can happen.
Well, that's we had just talked about that, right?
Mhm.
Like it's very unlikely, and you would expect a little bit of more from the dice. But you know what? When you don't have mods, if you bump, that's what you can expect.
Sure.
Right? You know.
And so now Tarok's in a vulnerable position, and like Tali rolled naturally hit and crit, but it's not unheard of that she rolls 2 hits there, right?
Yeah.
So with optics, you get those 2, and then it's 4 greens. You could not roll, 3 or 2 evades with those 4 greens.
And really here, the crits kind of inform Vince's decision making as well. He's got to be very careful, right? Because he's playing from behind now. 29 points. Steven's ships aren't exactly easy to kill either, so it's hard to find points there. But at the end of the day, Tarek can pop here because any stray crit that goes through from any of these shots.
Poke and initiative kill him.
Exactly,
as well. Yeah, so
All right, guys,
I think
I'm
what
doing a quick
Vince
test.
needs
Can
to
you guys
think
hear me?
about here is just knowing that Tarok's probably going to die because of that disabled power regulator then following round and deciding if he wants to sell him out now.
Table
and
2, can you hear me?
Use him to get rid of tokens on another ship and lay a haymaker into someone else. But this is also where Steven could really take advantage of the black 1 from Nien, or even just like doing any sort of thing of maneuver. Nien is wide open on where he can go.
Well, the map is so interesting here, right? Because
Yeah.
you could do any number of combinations. Like you can go here, you can go here. There's all sorts of places that Vince could probably be. Oh, sorry, Steven could probably be. And Vince has to think about that, right?
If it were me, I would do a 1 bank with Nien in to the right, which can set up a potential Talon roll the next turn.
Yeah.
And then it gives you flexibility because he could close the S-foils because he'll move the whole squad. So if you have to barrel roll or whatever, that's fine. Poe, like I said, I would personally do a 1 forward barrel roll left and then Poe action into a focus or whatever you need there. And then Tali's a little more interesting. She could do. I think it depends on where Vince goes, but a 2 bank here is probably safe as well. I think if you do a 1 bank, 1 bank with Nien and then a 2 bank with Tali doesn't quite work. But if, like you said, Nami, if you expect Ketsu to come hard, you could easily just turn in here as well.
Well, the second part now is okay. So Steven has half points on Tarok.
Yeah.
Tarok's probably bailing out.
Sure.
Right. Like
Good.
Steven might get very conservative here and say, I don't want to be here. Maybe I want to clear some of these.
Or Vince,
crits.
right?
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Vince. Does Steven go for Tarok, or does Steven say, hey, I've kind of got prime real estate in Ketsu right now.
It
I've
depends.
got all my arcs.
Yeah. I think that, so Vince could probably do a 5 forward with Tarok boost, right? 5 forward boost, get out of dodge, and probably not take any more damage from him. And that would be, and then take the Ion and use that to an advantage to bait Steven into moving to try and finish him off. Because some players will get antsy. They see those 2 crits and like, gotta finish him off.
Yeah.
But I think you just take what Vince gives you.
Right.
You play your game. Vince is on the heels a little bit, and you understand that now, like you said, you have the advantage on your shots. You've got him outgunned if Tarok decides to not be in the fight.
Well, and the other thing is Vince has to be defensive.
Yeah.
Right? Has to at least how he's going to pile those points together.
Absolutely.
Right? And it looks like
Ketsu going hard.
Ketsu is going hard, yeah.
All right, everybody at home, we're going to go ahead and switch back to table 1. Uh-oh. What happened to table 1's audio? Oh, our table 1, we've been having some issues with our table 1 today. All right, guys, we're actually going to go ahead and flip back to table 2 while I solve table 1 again. I'll be back.
Still smart. Really laying it all into Poe.
Something is.
This is a good move by Tarok, too, because the next turn that Ion, he can just use it to bump right in. Or, honestly, he can just take the 1 forward focus next
Yeah.
round and be like, whatever, it's
Absolutely.
fine. Like, these ships don't natively have the 1 forward, so if he can use that 1 forward to his advantage.
Well, think of next turn a little bit. If you have a K turn,
Right.
right, with Ketsu, and then
Yep.
that's another box you
Yes.
can create for yourself if you
Yeah.
think Poe is going to be in that
And you
area.
still have that force from Maul.
Right. I haven't seen a ton of Cav other than that one shot here. It'll be interesting if he brings him quick, or maybe kind of comes around, maybe hedges
Yeah.
his bets a little bit, right?
Well, that with Cavill, that veteran turret gunner and his ability really just hammers into you.
If I'm Steven here, I'm kind of looking at Cavill. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, that's interesting.
Is do I just bring Nien and Tally up to Cavill?
Sure.
And maybe try to get half
Lay
points
it in,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't allow Ketsu to just hang around either.
Right.
Because if you start losing guns, right? Like, let's say the worst happens and Poe gets not, like, killed here by Ketsu and Tarok, then it becomes so much harder to take Ketsu out if you don't get the damage on her early while you have the guns.
Right.
Going
Yep.
for maybe a block here.
And it's going around,
Yeah.
kind of playing both sides here.
Sure.
Could be going for the block.
Be curious to see if he rotates that turret.
Yeah.
Nope, just takes the focus. Smart.
Well, yeah, I think the turret kind of comes around here, and there's probably not too much of expectation for anyone to be there.
Wasn't sure if you would actually rotate it this way.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but
And turns out that would have been okay.
so here's something really interesting. We might get the black one Talon here.
Yeah. Was he going to make range 1? It's hard to see behind Ketsu there.
Well, Tarok's behind Ketsu, so
Yeah.
he can boost with, and it looks like he's going to do it. He's going to black one Talon.
Ellen. Oh, I think he has the range 1 already.
And he can pattern analyzer still. So yeah, so I think what he's going to do is he's going to pattern analyzer lock, because I'm pretty sure that's already range 1.
Yep.
And
Oh,
he's
he's
gonna
got the static
he's
charge, yeah.
static discharge, and he gets rid of the stress because it's in the end. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Now Cavill is, he can't rotate, so he'll have 2 incredible shots here. So he should be able to pattern. He's checking for the ability to clear that stress, which he has, and he clears the stress from the Talon. So it should be a target lock focus here with pattern analyzer and then his ability.
Can he get 2?
Yes, because I think that's how he works. I think he can.
Let's see. So he's for sure taking the target lock. Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I was.
Because I think you skip on the pattern, right?
While you fully execute a red maneuver before check build. Yeah, no. He
Yeah.
can definitely do 2 actions because it's when you perform a red maneuver you get the action.
Oh, that's right.
And
yeah.
then you still do your perform action step.
Right.
I'm wondering if maybe he
You forgot?
forgot or there's something I'm missing there. I'm sure Twitch stream is yelling at me. So, let's see what he does with Tali. Just boost.
Lock boost.
Yeah. That's good because next round that he can just do a 2 forward rotate, like focus rotate, and get another shot at the Ion to Cavill.
Here's the question here, Poe.
Let's see what he does.
3 straight.
3 straight. See, I think that was a little fast. I think that he's gonna BB-8 though.
Yep.
Use the BB-8 charge. Smart. And then he's gonna Poe to boost,
Right. And then he'll get out of the.
and then he'll get out.
Yep.
And he'll just be like, nope, this is fine.
Good maneuverability.
Really
there.
good.
Yeah.
Forgot about BB-8 for a second there.
I did too.
But that's why you take it.
Yeah.
That's why. And this is something Steven is really good at. He's flown BB-8 Poe quite a bit, and he is very, very good at, and he's going to Poe action to take a lock. He's so great at using Poe as bait.
Right.
People sell out for Poe, and they forget about Nien, and Nien's able to get behind them, and now look at what the board state is.
Yeah.
That Nien static discharge veins is so cheeky. I
It's-
love it. I
It's
love
something
it.
you don't expect.
No,
right? It's
no.
almost like this BB-8 too, where you're
Yeah.
thinking it doesn't come up normally for you most
Yeah.
likely, and so when it happens, you go, oh, Well, that's not
Yeah.
that's not great.
I love that.
Yeah. And it looks like Vince is left here with no shots.
That's incredible. That's crazy.
It's a tough position to be in.
For sure.
Yeah.
So Nian's going to take a range 1 at Cavill. As a lock. He did take the
Oh,
focus.
he did,
from,
yeah.
just didn't put it out. So hit, crit on the Cavill. And one of the.
2 shields.
Yep.
All things considered here, not other than positioning, not too bad of a result
Right.
for Vince, right?
But, well,
Yeah.
Terok's taking that Ion now
Yep.
from the disabled power regulator, so that's done. So I'm going to clear that crit.
And so Fuelik still active. Not too bad from a damage perspective, but it is tough to see. So we have to be here.
Yeah,
We
2
have to be
Ion chips
here.
on that 1 dial, yeah.
So the question is, where do we go with Ketsu, right? And so
I think you K-turn.
I don't think you have any other option.
I think you
right?
have any other option than to do that
Yeah.
5K. And black one's been burned. You want to keep those rocks in front of you. And you want to protect your ships. What I'm really curious about is whether Steven will continue to chip at the Ion Cavill or try to go after Old T, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you have Poe as an option as well, and
Right.
I think there's another option here because I think you can move the arc now. I think it's safe to say that this tractor is not going to happen
sure.
within the next turn or maybe even 2 turns.
Yeah.
I think maybe you just come in here and say, okay, I'm going to start taking my shots.
Yeah.
I know that you're either going after this guy or this
Mhm.
guy, and I want to at least be able to trade damage or have the
Yeah.
possibility to do some damage to you
Yeah.
while that's happening. I can't control that, but I
Mhm.
can control the shots I get on Ketsu, right?
Right.
Because to this point, Ketsu's taken 1 shot. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, and don't forget, Poe's stressed because he cleared all his stuff from the BB-8. He did the 3 green forward. So Poe does a 2 forward. So I think Poe does a 2 forward left here. And then he's got room to do other sort of shenanigans. So a 2 forward left puts him like here. And then,
Could even boost around.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
yeah, he could even come take like a wide berth around as well if he wanted. I think, honestly, I think you do a 1 bank here with Nien, and you just don't worry about Cavill right now because you can get a really good range 2 shot on Terok
Right.
and try and like finish him off. You get a crit through or something, game over for Terok anyway.
Oh, and it looks like you were right. They are going to take the K turn with Ketsu.
You just want to keep, look, tweak that template just a little bit.
Yep.
So, yeah, just helps keep everything in front of him, those rocks in front of him.
Right.
Still has that force for a mod if need be as well. And don't forget, Fearless is there as well if something is unfortunate enough to land in her front arc.
I think Vince was hoping it would be Poe that last turn.
Yeah, I bet he was. But that BB-8 Poe, so sneaky. A lot of gotchas in this
Yeah.
in this squad if you're not careful.
He kind of took a look around and said, you know what? I'm okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Don't worry about this dog.
So the obligatory 1 straight focus,
Sure.
right? Yep. Tally's got a little bit ways to go around. So
Sure,
Tally's
but that's
just
what
gonna be
A-Wings
maneuvering
do,
the rock.
man. Yeah, she'll probably, I don't know, 2 bank here. Can't tell what that is. Just
2
2
straight.
forward, yeah.
Probably move, yeah.
Yeah, you could reverse that arc if you wanted to take a kind of obstructed shot, but she's got the
The target lock
yep.
and looks, yeah.
Yep.
Well, no reason not to take
Focus,
the shots,
rotate,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Just try to keep chipping, and he might. Let's see what he decides.
After Cavill?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's another 2 points, right? Like it's another
If you
it's
just-
2 damage to half
And-
points.
Yeah, it's just gonna shred it. Now. You can take the lock probably.
Yeah, no danger here, right?
Yeah,
Didn't move the arc. You
right.
can't move the arc. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you take the lock here because you're not getting shot at. Focus and lock have equal odds essentially. For lock has a little higher crit percentage, but equal like damage outcome on your dice odds. And you do it because since you're not being shot, if you don't end up needing the lock, let's say you roll natties or something, you can have it for the next round. There's a value add there,
Right.
and that's the kind of line of thinking between deciding on a lock and a focus in that situation.
Looks like we were right on Poe too. He's going to turn in.
Yep.
Probably take a boost. Probably take his shot at Old Terok here.
Yeah, I think you just take a boost. He didn't open his foils, though. So he's going to barrel roll and see if he gets that HLC.
Looks good on our angle, but we are at a tilt.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be tight. So he'll take a stress here. So he won't be able to BB-8 next round. Also needs to be careful that he doesn't take one accidental damage from Ketsu
Yeah.
for that Shadowcaster, which is possible, but he does have Heroic. No mods, though.
Well, again, same story where, you know, you never know what might happen
Sure.
when you don't give yourself any of those mods.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it's going to be Steven with Poe first.
Yeah. So he's going to check that HLC to see if he gets it on Tarok. Looks like he does.
Yeah.
Looks like he does. So he'll roll 4 dice. Unmodded. Double crit.
Yep.
And if one of those sneaks through,
Well, it's HLC,
it's HLC.
yeah.
So
double hit.
none of those sneak through.
Yeah, well, he actually had the lock from the round before.
Oh, that. I forgot that he locked him. Smart. So he does get to use the lock. That crit stays though. Pretty sure that crit stays because it's a reroll. Yeah. I think that crit stays.
New pairings are up. This time with delay.
They were checking. It's after the lock.
Pairings are up. The Destiny Standard side event.
Right. Got it. So.
So, yeah, after the lock stage, so it does change to a hit, so it's
Yeah.
just 3 hits.
Yep. Yep. Different rules. Thinking first edition.
Yeah.
So
When it looks
will
like
go through.
one gets through, and
Yeah.
that crit becomes very important there because
Yeah.
Tarek lives now.
He does. One left. Still has the fuel leak. Thanks.
And so Vince is going to have, looks like a range 3 obstructed pot shot.
Yeah.
They're going to check if an arc here.
Mm-hmm. I think he's got it though. That's a hit crit. Easy.
Oh, and he's 3,
No
yeah.
problem. Yeah. No problem.
Mods.
Didn't need the mods. Didn't need it. And then now Elo gets to take a, or not Elo, Nian
Nian.
gets to take a really nice shot here at Cavill with the lock. Hit crit,
Yep,
rerolls 2. Crit will be going through. So hit 2 crits.
right.
So 2 crits will be going through regardless here.
Oh, and it's the full.
Yeah, hit
yeah.
crit crit. We'll see what those crits are in a second. Hit crit is, I think, structural damage and hard to see.
Stabilizer structure.
Loose stabilizer structural. All right, so hit crit crit structural and loose stabilizer. So got a lot happening. Loose stabilizer, non-straight maneuver takes a damage, super rough, and then even worse, structural damage, -1 agility, and you can't repair that.
Ineffective.
Yeah.
Tally takes the shot behind.
And
And the structural, I think you limit
That's
to 1
huge.
here if it's
Yeah.
if it's
rain, I think he might get,
might get 1.
no, he gets 2. You
Yeah.
range 3 obstructed, so he takes 1 more there. So Cavill now down to 2, and if he doesn't do a straight, he'll be down to 1.
Right. More importantly, though, half points.
Yeah,
Right. So it's kind of
absolutely.
pushing the tempo a little bit.
Yeah,
Where Vince is saying, okay, I'm behind 56.
yeah,
And there's nothing on Steven's side that he
Sure.
can kill to make that, or to half to
Yeah.
make that up, right? So it's got to be multiple. It's got to kill
Yes.
something, or he's got 2 half. right?
exactly.
And he's not in a great position to do that right now, although Ketsu is kind of bearing down a little bit on Poe,
Yeah,
who is stressed.
it's really interesting. Steven's been in control the entire game, right? He's made it, put everything on his terms, and Vince now has to choose what he does here. I think that, honestly, with Cavill, I think he just you have a lot of bad things going for you. I think you 4K, and if you take the 1 damage, go down to 1, and you take the double, try to get that double shot on the end, and because you're at the same initiative as him, so
Right.
if you die, you'll get a double shot in the end, and maybe try and get some damage through.
Yeah.
Right. You just at this point, and Tarok as well needs to figure out a way to get back around. So if you can sort of sell out against Nien a little bit here with Ketsu and Cavill and Tarok, maybe you could at least spook him down a little bit to half.
Well, the one benefit here is that Tally's not going anywhere.
No.
Tally is not going to be relevant in this next combat,
She
most
will
likely,
not,
right?
no.
Well, and if you do K-turn the Cavill, and maybe even one hard to the left of the screen, but
Yes.
to the ship's right,
Right.
maybe you can get double shots there, and kind of like you said, pick one, right?
Yeah.
Pick Cavill or pick Tarok. And
Agreed.
again, this is dependent on what Poe does, right? But you pick one of those, and then maybe you can get that to half, and then that
Right.
becomes your work back in, right?
Exactly.
And meanwhile, you still have Ketsu,
Mhm.
who's still threatening Poe here, right? And there's no BB-8 tricks this turn, at least.
Yeah, at least this
We
turn is a
know that
stress.
Sam's arc.
All right, everybody. So just giving you guys an update, we now have a picture, able to get a picture from Table 1 and Table 2. We can get audio from Table 1 and Table 2. The problem is that there's an issue, excuse me, with the Table 1 computer where we're not getting the video in HD. So, so already, I'm trying to get you guys just a better picture so we can still reference Table 1. It's just not going to look as hot. I'm so sorry. We're going to try to solve it in between rounds here. Maybe got to reset a couple things. There's an issue with that computer that is being limited. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and continue working on that. Let's actually go ahead and take a look and see how Table 1 is progressing.
Warm matchup.
Yep.
It's a great card to have in this case when you do win initiative.
Yeah, so now we can see Sam getting his other ships in. He's
Yep.
got no shot with broadside, but he has got his arc
Table
range.
1 is live.
And we do have an arc and a target lock coming down. Thank you, Dion. We are right back here. 34 minutes left in the round. We see Sam Shepik from the top there moving. Looks like barely obstructed. What do they call him there on the table, Darren?
Getting a judge call in now, so I think we've got D-Yun again there.
Yep.
Making a call to say whether that is obstructed. It's going to be range 3. I think it's going to be clear.
Let's wait for the judge call.
Right there at that big ass price? Yeah. That's close.
It's clear.
Dion's calling clear.
Yep.
Yep, now it's definitely clear. Who judges the judges?
Yep, that is clear. So, but it's going to be 3 dice from the arc on 4 dice on open. Whoa.
Hey, there's natties. That is exactly what Sam wants to see to push some damage through. And we've got evade, blank, blank, and focus. Spend that focus, get 2 evades. No need to spend the force on that.
No, he's got no shots there.
Yep.
No more shots coming in.
Obi-Wan takes a shield down.
Yep. So now we've got Adam's arcs. So it all comes down to Green's got range 3 into broadside.
As broadside's ion cannon turret at range 2 could not fire.
Yep.
We're going to see 2 crits and a focus.
Yep.
Double blanks, 2 shields,
Shields
on
onto
broadside.
So broadside down to 1 shield. So blue, what's blue got? Has blue got?
Just out of broadside, Obi-Wan. Number pink clutching it. Here we go. This is the kill shot.
Range 2, no mods, but he's just going to roll natties. 1 crit.
Might be all he needs. And
Nope.
there's 1 evade. Obi-Wan gets off scot-free.
Yep, gets what he needs. So
We saw a pretty uneventful round that time.
yeah, still only 28 points on the board.
With 31 minutes left in a round, Adam still does have a lead. At this point, though, with Sam ships enveloping him, has his positional lead become quite as commanding?
Yeah, so it's
HLC still. The other good thing that that barrel roll may have done for you is, yeah, you're still in, you'd be in range 1 of Poe, so I guess, yeah, that's a tough call.
Yeah.
You're more likely to survive this shot than something else.
Right.
But focus lock HLC.
Yeah, it's tough.
Rough call.
That's
Yeah.
tough. Yeah.
But this is what Vince had to do.
Yeah.
Like,
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
So let's see.
gonna see if you can token strip with Tarok.
Right.
And that's not based on Tarok's arc. It's based on Nien's arc.
And it looks like they're going to check exactly that here.
Pretty sure. Yeah, it's Nien's arc, not Tarok's arc. So if Nien is in range 1 of Tarok there, then he loses the focus token. Might need to call a judge. Hard to tell.
Yep, and judge is over. It looks like they've got some wiggle room there.
So it looks like it is going to be range 2, which is a nightmare scenario for Tarok there. So keeps that focus.
Hasn't really been able to strip anything all game,
No.
right? Yeah.
No,
Hasn't come into play.
Steven's been doing some really great range control there.
So it looks like Poe's going to take the HLC shot.
Yeah. And
Probably locking all of it.
Yeah.
And
that is going to do it.
Yep.
Because he only has 1 haul, 3 evade, can't evade all of them.
Wow.
He tried. He tried his,
he
tried his
really
best.
hard.
What if I try real hard? What if I really want it? That's just so insulting.
Yeah, that's you hate to see that as a
Yeah.
player, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'd rather just blank out at that
yeah,
point,
you're
right?
like, oh well.
Just make me take all 4 instead of
The sad natties.
Yeah.
Saddies.
Great.
Oh, brutal. So the initiative kill with Poe there, and Poe, people have been saying he is out of the meta right now. He doesn't perform as well against the Nantex, but at the end of the day, he's still an I6 with double actions, and these sorts of situations are where he can be really powerful, just coming in and laying that hammer, protecting your other ships.
Well, you can only be good against what you're playing, right?
Sure.
So there's no Nantex on the board.
Nope.
Right? So in this situation,
He's good.
it's
Yeah.
we're fine.
Less than 30 minutes left in the round. We are more than half over.
Yeah.
Only have 28 points up. Now, I think part of that's down to kind of some cagey engagements, some careful dial placement, but
Nien.
Ketsu
Oh
at
no,
Nien,
Ketsu,
yeah.
Nien, yeah.
And does take 2. That's,
Yep, he will take 2 there, and gets tractored as well, don't
Yep.
forget. So he'll get tractored, I bet, forward, so that Cavill can have a double tap.
Qualifier players, 28 minutes remaining in round 1.
Yeah, so I bet that he gets a double tap. So the tractor,
it's going to be really important here because I think, as you just heard in the announcers, 28 minutes left.
I think
right?
you bring him forward.
Yeah.
I think you have to bring him forward because, for this exact reason, unless you think you can get him on that rock to your right, and that's probably what he's thinking about.
It's such a close call. But even then, putting him on the rock, is it more important than...
It's keeping Cavill alive is more important.
It
for
is,
sure.
yeah.
For sure, if you get him on that rock. But because you could do another damage on the rock, and then Cavill could sneak him through as well the next round. But if you can't eyeball it and you don't think you can get him on that rock, you have to get him forward to ensure that Cavill can get a really good double tap in.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're talking through now, trying to decide on that movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think that the barrel roll right puts him on the rock.
It doesn't look like it. Yeah,
he's
and I
gonna
think he's
boost him
going to boost
forward.
him forward. I think that's a good decision.
Because you're losing Cavill here.
Yeah.
So you may as well just...
If not here, next turn,
Yeah.
right?
Well, all Nien's got to do is get... Is that a range 1? I think it is, which would be really big for Vince. No, it's range, 2. It looks
so
like
primary
1.
first, yeah.
Yep. So
we'll see if he votes. He's going to take the 1,
advantage,
yeah.
Still over half. Vince with the hit crit and the evade, so he will take a crit there.
Yep.
We'll see what that crit
And so
is.
we're going to update the shield here in a moment. -1 shield, -1 hull, and weapons failure.
That weapons failure is big.
Just
Yeah.
cut the audio.
I can't hear myself anymore. I don't know if they can hear us.
I can hear you, Ryan.
Oh, I can't hear
Yeah.
me.
We're
Do-
working on some of the audio issues here.
Oh, now I can hear Nami.
Okay.
There we go.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey,
So it looks like Nien does finish off.
he does. But he takes
okay.
a half points there.
Yeah.
Which is not, with 26 minutes left and a full Ketsu is not the worst, right?
Right.
At least Vince was able to play that right and really hurt Nien there. Weapons failure is not great there for Nien.
It isn't, but again, it's about just Ketsu now, right?
Yeah.
So Ketsu's got to take some shots.